Hello everybody. Today we'll talk about the ideology that stands behind the conflict of the Jews versus the Arab and the Muslim worlds. Contrary to the common belief, this conflict did not start with the Jews coming to Palestine and quote-unquote stealing the lands of innocent Arabs. Actually, the conflict exists as long as Islam does, and here's a proof for it. It's evident from the Quran and the Hadith that Muhammad was preaching Judaism at the beginning of his journey. When he was proclaimed as a prophet, the Jews rejected him, and Muhammad answered with violence. In return, he totally exterminated two of the three Jewish tribes that lived in Mecca, and he expelled the third one. He started to preach hatred towards the Jews, and at the same time, he's changed the established direction of prayer from Jerusalem to the pagan shrine in Mecca. I guess he did it to appeal to the local people whom he preached. Those were the Arab pagans. It's important to understand that imitating the Prophet is the most important part of Islam. There are some people even say that Islam is more of a cult than it is of a religion. All Muslims do their best to imitate the Prophet. This is why the hatred that Muhammad had for the Jews continues today. Muslims hate Jews because Muhammad did so. On a personal note, I must add that I don't think that there is anything that anyone can do to change it. Now, this being said, let's look at some facts. By looking at this map, you can see that massacres of the Jews started with Muhammad himself and continued through the history of the Muslim world. Mein Kampf is the bestseller in the Arabic world. The high religious leader of Jerusalem, the Mufti, Hajj Amin al-Husseini, has personally met with Hitler in order to discuss the final solution. It is worth mentioning, though, that all of this happened before there was any Jewish state or anything of the kind. The first non-German SS were Muslims. Muslims have killed over 4,000 Jews in Europe. They supported the Germans. Here are some quotes. On November 1918, the leaders of the Palestinian Arabs have submitted a petition to denounce the Balfour Declaration that favored the establishment of the Jewish home in Palestine. And here's a quote. They said, "We always sympathize profoundly with the persecuted Jews and their misfortunes in other countries, but there is a wide difference between such sympathy and acceptance of such nation." Ahmad Shukeri, the first leader of the PLO, the Palestinian Liberation Organization, he said, "Such a creature as Palestine does not exist at all. This land is nothing but the southern part of Greater Syria." Executive Council member of the PLO, Zuhair Muhsein, he said, "There are no differences between Jordanians, Palestinians, Syrians, and Lebanese. We are all part of one nation. It is only for political reasons that we carefully underline our Palestinian identity. Yes, the existence of a separate Palestinian identity serves only tactical purposes. The founding of a Palestinian state is a new tool in the continuing battle against Israel." Yasser Arafat, the famous leader of the PLO, he was the third one. He said, "The question of borders doesn't interest us. From Arab standpoint, we mustn't talk about borders. Palestine is nothing but a drop in an enormous ocean. Our nation is the Arabic nation that stretches from the Atlantic Ocean to the Red Sea and beyond it. The PLO is fighting Israel in the name of Pan-Arabism. What you call Jordan is nothing more than Palestine." Mahmoud Abbas, the Palestinian Authority, the leader, he said, "We will not recognize Israel as a Jewish state." The PLO Charter, Article 21 says, "Reject all proposals aiming at liquidation of the Palestinian problem." It looks like they don't want to liquidate any problems, they just want to liquidate the Jews. And sadly, all of those quotes are true. Those are true facts. The Arabs are the same nations of the rest of the Arabs in Syria and everywhere, and these people were not lying, they were saying the truth. I would like to end with a quote of President of the World Zionist Organization, Chaim Weizmann. He said, "We would take a state even if it's the size of a tablecloth." And the conclusion of this video is that the conflict is not about land, and it never was. Thank you for watching.